Dear all students of class 12, hope you are well and safe at home. In my previous lecture on the topics, the three questions written by Leo Tolstoy, I have discussed the answer of those three questions. Today, we are going to sum of the prose and then we shall go to read the other topics or poetry or prose. First, we have to know what were the three questions occurred to the life of the Russian Tsar. The three questions were: what was the right time for every action? Number 2, who are the most important person? Number 3, what was the right work or occupation? In reply to the first questions, different men had different opinion and some said only one man could not decide to give the right answer, and others said only the magician could reply the answer of the first questions. And we came to know what was the second questions. The second questions was: who are the most important person or men according to the different men or people? His counselor were the most important person. Some said the doctors were the most important person, and others said the priest were the most important person. And in reply to the third questions, the third question was like: what was the right work or occupation for human being? Some said science in the world is the most important thing, and others said skill of warfare was the most important thing. And then others said the religious worship was the most important thing. But the Russian Tsar could not satisfy with the answers given by different men. So he did not give any reward to anybody and decided to go to the hermit who was renowned or famous for his knowledge. But the Tsar already realized that the hermit will not allow the rich people or king. So the Russian Tsar put on simple clothes and riding on his horse went to there and meet with him, leaving his bodyguard behind. Then the Russian Tsar asked the hermit to know the right answer of those three questions. But the hermit at that time was digging the soil in front of his hut. And the messenger was waiting for the answers. And then the messenger or king wanted to take the spade to soil, to dig the soil for a while. The hermit agreed to give the spade for some times. He has digged the soil for an hour or more. And then he asked again the hermit to know the right answer of those three questions. The hermit at that time remained silent and gave none, but gave no answers. Suddenly, a unknown person or a bearded man was approaching to them. The hermit said, "Who was approaching to us? Follow him." The jar followed the man, that he was wounded by someone, and bleeding was flowing from his stomach. Then the hermit asked the jar to serve him. The jar washed his wound place or injured place and bandaged with his handkerchief and with the towel of the hermit. But the blood still now was flowing continuously. After a while, or for sometimes, after sometimes, the blood ceased to stop, and the bearded man was recovered from his wound or injury. But the jar slept as he became very tired to serve the bearded man. When the jar awoke, the bearded man recognized the king, the messenger, and confessed that he came to there to kill him because the messenger executed his brother and seized the property from him. He wanted to take revenge against or for his brother. And when the jar saved the bearded man, he confessed or he repented that if the jar want to take the slave from him, he will be slave forever, and also his son. At last, The hermit asked him or told him that you have answered already been, and the jar came to realize that how did he get the right answer. In this way, the Russian jar came to know the real answer of those three questions occurred to the life of himself. Actually, the three questions: what was the right time for every action? Who were the most important person or men? Or what was the right work or occupation? Is being occurred to all human beings. We should know the right answer of those three questions. If we know the right answer of those three questions, we never fail in our life. So everybody should know the right answer by himself. But the Russian jar at first was not determined to get the right answer from different men, different people. So the jar decided to meet with the hermit and come to know the right answer from him. But the jar realized how did he get right the answer. So their students, in this prose we have come to know the answers of three questions and what were the important or importance of those three questions for not only the life of Russian jar but also all human beings. This story is example for moral significance, and the story itself has moral meaning. If we come to know the reality, what was our morality in our life, we have to realize the accurate time to work, or proper time to work, or important man in your life to deal with, or important thing to do. If we did not know the right time to start something or right work, or do not recognize the right man, we must fail in our life. So the students, today I have concluded the prose three questions, and I am sure that you are clear to know the right answer of those three questions and what were the significance of those three questions, not only the life of Russian jar but also to all human beings. Dear students, next day or in my next lecture, we shall read the other topics, poetry or prose. Thank to all.